Welcome to the 2025 Comfort Lake Forest Lake Watershed District Aquatic Invasive Species Prevention and Management Plan presentation. We will look at the 7 lakes within the district that have planned AIS management for 2025. Much of the work in this report was completed by Mike Standiger and is currently being presented by myself, Matthew Hendrickson. Total estimated 2025 AIS program funding is $156,100. A majority of this will be from the Comfort Lake Forest Lake Watershed District levy, but other sources of funding are important to recognize, such as the Washington and Chisago County AIS prevention grants, the tri-party agreement with the City of Forest Lake Lake Association and Watershed District, the Bone Lake Association, Scandia Lions Club, City of Scandia, and the Comfort Lake Lakes Association. For the 2025 district-wide AIS management program estimated expenses, the total is $150,000 as depicted on the graph on the right-hand side. 55% of this will be used for the district's watercraft inspection program, with the remaining 45% being used for district-wide AIS management, which consists of the management of curlyleaf pondweed, Eurasian water milfoil, and flowering rush. The first lake that we'll take a closer look at is Moody Lake. The district has 3 main focuses at this lake, which consist of the aeration system, curlyleaf pondweed, and the native planting conducted with the U of M in 2023. In 2024, Blue Water Science observed 2.26 acres of curlyleaf pondweed, but due to the U of M planting in 2023, no treatment was undertaken. An annual survey by Blue Water Science is scheduled for curlyleaf pondweed, but no treatment is budgeted for 2025. It's also worth noting the aeration system was activated on February 13, 2025 due to weekly monitoring finally detecting dissolved oxygen approaching the 5 parts per million threshold. The 2025 budget has $2,000 allocated from the levy for Moody Lake, whereas the Blue Water Science curlyleaf pondweed survey will cost $3,200. Staff would suggest adopting the plan and making the specific budget transfers within the AIS budget once grant funding is finally finalized. Progressing on to Bone Lake. The district has 4 main AIS focuses for this lake, consisting of curlyleaf pondweed, zebra mussels, watercraft inspections, and Eurasian water milfoil. In 2025, Blue Water Science is scheduled to perform a curlyleaf pondweed and Eurasian water milfoil vegetation delineation survey. As the Eurasian water milfoil hasn't required treatment since 2016 and curlyleaf pondweed since 2021, no treatment is expected or budgeted for 2025 either. Staff will continue the zebra mussel plate program in 2025 with the assistance of volunteer citizens, lakeshore owners. Additionally, 542.5 watercraft inspector hours have been allocated to Bone Lake. This is similar to staffing levels in recent years. The district is expecting a budget of $18,250 on Bone Lake with large contributions from local partners and a portion of the allocated Washington County AIS grant. Expected expenses depicted on the right-hand side are $16,850. This will be used for watercraft inspections and AIS surveys. Moving on to Little Comfort Lake. District staff have monitored for curlyleaf pondweed and Eurasian water milfoil during AIS early detection and tracking site visits. Blue Water Science has been contracted in 2025 to complete a meander survey, and staff will accompany them to become familiar with the process to build district capacity. Curlyleaf pondweed and Eurasian water milfoil have not been abundant enough for treatment in recent years for Little Comfort Lake. Blue Water Science and staff will complete a meander survey in 2025, but no treatment is expected or budgeted. No levy dollars were budgeted towards AIS on Little Comfort in 2025 due to the expectation that staff would complete the survey. However, Blue Water Science has been contracted to complete a meander survey for $900 in 2025, which as previously mentioned, staff will participate to build district capacity. Traveling further south in the district, we arrive at Shields Lake. The district has two primary AIS focuses for Shields Lake relating to the aeration system and curly-leaf pondweed. The aeration system was activated February 13th following the same protocols as Moody Lake. Curly-leaf pondweed will be surveyed by Blue Water Science in 2025 and expected to have an area treated. $2,000 have been allocated from the levy for Shields Lake. Total expenses for curly-leaf pondweed are expected to be $3,500. So similar to Moody Lake, staff would suggest adopting a plan and making specific budget transfers within the AIS budget once grant funding is finalized. Nearby Lake Keewatin, Blue Water Science is scheduled to perform a point intercept survey in 2025. Staff will not perform an annual AIS and early detection survey on Lake Keewatin due to the more accurate point intercept by Blue Water Science. The district has performed herbicide treatments the last 3 years to manage purple loosestrife populations on Lake Keewatin, and overall staff are noticing a reduction in the total area of purple loosestrife. Total funding for Lake Keewatin is $3,700, and expected expenses are currently $2,500 for the Blue Water Science Point Intercept Survey. Funds will be available for treatment of purple loosestrife if necessary. Progressing to Forest Lake. The district has several main focuses at this lake relating to AIS. Let's begin by examining curly-leaf pondweed and Eurasian water milfoil. In 2024, 15.79 acres of curly-leaf pondweed were detected in a Blue Water Science delineation. This required treatment, and similar expectations are for 2025. Blue Water Science also conducted a whole lake Eurasian water milfoil delineation survey. Their findings showed a sudden and large boom of Eurasian water milfoil within the second basin. 48 acres required retreatment, which reversed a downward trend in Eurasian water milfoil growth. The cost of the 2024 treatment has been used for determining the 2025 budget. The district's flowering rush management program has been operating since 2014 and has been very successful at reducing its overall abundance. The management program will be continued into 2025 using delineation and assessment surveys to perform seed head removal, large treatments, and spot treatments. For the watercraft inspection program, the 3 public launches in Forest Lake see the highest level of traffic in the watershed. So roughly 70% of the watercraft inspector hours will be allocated there. The 2025 estimated Forest Lake AIS budget is $110,500, with large contributions from Forest Lake Lake Association, as well as Washington County grants. However, 2 of the Washington County grants for curly-leaf pondweed and flowering rush have not yet been awarded this year, so final budget has not been determined. The total 2025 estimated expenses are $104,500, with watercraft inspections and Eurasian water milfoil accounting for the lion's share of these expenses. With our final stop, we arrive at Comfort Lake. The district has 4 main focuses at this lake relating to AIS: curly-leaf pondweed, Eurasian water milfoil, zebra mussels, and watercraft inspections. For 2025, curly-leaf pondweed treatment area is expected to be similar to that of 2024. Since Comfort Lake received a lake-wide treatment in 2022 for Eurasian water milfoil, with a smaller follow-up treatment in 2023, this has resulted in no recommended treatment for 2024, and it is expected no treatment will be necessary for 2025. In 2025, the sampling plate program will continue to be implemented to monitor zebra mussel population size with the assistance of citizen volunteers. Additionally, the watercraft inspection program is projected to have 525 hours scheduled for 2025, which is similar to previous years. The district is expecting a budget of $18,750 for Comfort Lake, with contributions from local partners and a portion of the allocated Chisago County AIS prevention grant. Expected expenses are $18,490 for watercraft inspections and AIS surveys and treatments relating to curly leaf pondweed and Eurasian water milfoil. This concludes the presentation for the Comfort Lake Forest Lake Watershed District 2025 Aquatic Invasive Species Prevention and Management Plan. Thank you for your time and attention.